You can stop the attack, but you cannot stop the longevity of your kingdom. When God has written concerning you that you are going to be on your throne for 50 years, maybe God has said that your wealth, your family wealth, is going to be for the next 100 years. And you break the heart of God when you break his law. Even if you bribe so that you don't get killed while on the throne, you can't elongate the longevity of your years on the throne. Do you know it is an error for you to build for somebody else to come and inhabit? Do you know it is an error for you to give birth to a child that you will not see even the child's second year birthday? Do you know it is an error for you to gather wealth and you don't have the number of years to enjoy it? There was this king in the book of Second Kings chapter 15. He was supposed to rule for for a long time, but he did evil in the eyes of God, and he ruled for only 10 years. And guess what? Even while he did evil in the eyes of God, definitely when you do evil to God, when you do evil in the eyes of God, the edge of protection around you will definitely be removed. And the devil has license based on the laws of God you broke to attack you. Do you know that this king bribed his attackers from attacking him? Even though he bribed his attackers, he could not bribe the longevity of his years on the throne. So I titled this message, Attack Stopped, but Longevity Stopped. You can stop the attack on your kingdom, but you cannot elongate the longevity of your reign. Let us look at scripture, 2 Kings chapter 15 from verse 17. In the ninth and 13th year of Assyria, king of Judah, begat Menahem, the son of Gadi, to reign over Israel, and reigned 10 years in Samaria. He was supposed to reign longer. Verses 18. And he did that which was evil in the sight of God. He departed not all his days from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. I don't know how high God has lifted you, but there are some lifestyles, there are some things you are doing. You know very well that it is evil in the eyes of God. I beg of you, it is time for you to remember that it is God that gave you that position. It is God that gave you that power. It is God that gave you that fame. It is God that gave you that name. It is God that gave you that prestige. It is God that gave you that steez. It is God that gave you that accent. It is God that gave you that eloquence. It is God that gave you that vocabulary. It is time for you to acknowledge God and please him, or else. Look at what happened in 2 Kings chapter 15 verses 9. And Pul, the king of Assyria, came against the land. When you do evil in the eyes of God, things will come against your land. Your land can be your children's health. Your land can be your business. Your land can be your health. Your land can be your mind. Your land can be your relationships. And Paul, the king of Assyria, came against the land. And Menahem gave Paul 1,000 talents of silver. He bribed Paul that came against the land, that his hand might be with him to confirm the kingdom to his heart. He bribed so that his land will not be attacked. And in verses 20, and Menahem exacted the money of Israel, even all the mighty men of wealth, of each man 50 shekels of silver, to give to the king of Assyria, so that the king of Assyria turned back and stayed not there in the land. He bribed the attack so that the attack will not come, but he could not bribe his longevity on the throne. Child of God, you can't bribe evil when you put your hands in evil. You can pay your way. You can do all sorts to protect yourself from being killed. But when the years you are supposed to be on your throne is shortened because of evil, it will be an error according to the calculation of greatness. In verses 21 of 2 Kings chapter 15. And the rest of the act of Menahem and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the king of Israel? 22. And Menahem slept with his fathers, and Pekahah his son reigned in his stead. He ruled for only 10 years. There was no beautiful story attached to him. I don't know how the Lord has graced you. If the Lord has graced you with beauty, and because of that beauty, you are elevated, use that position to bring good in the sight of God. I don't know the wealth that God has given unto you. It is not for you alone. It's to help the afflicted widows and the afflicted fatherless people. Child of God, you can bribe the attack not to come, but you can't bribe the length of your days. That's why you see someone so great will be so rich, but he will not live long. What is the need of becoming so great and not living to enjoy it? What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? What is 100 years on earth that you live compared to a lost eternity that is forever? You can bribe your days on earth, but you cannot bribe your longevity even in the world to come. So the Bible said that those that name the name of the Lord should depart from evil. Listen, God cannot be mocked. The grace of God, you cannot abuse it, or the grace will disgrace you. Shall you continue in sin so that grace may abound? Every position that the Lord has given unto you, make sure you are doing right in the eyes of God. You may be doing things, and in the eyes of men it is not evil, but in the eyes of God, the eyes of God should be your checkmate. My name is Aleladia. I'll see you.